What's going on, guys? Welcome to Ramsey's channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the Galaxy Note 8. That's right, I'm at Samsung in New York City, and this is probably one of the better phones out there, like I've been saying, the phone of the year. And that's because you have the Galaxy Note 8, which has a phablet design. Compared to the S8 and S8 Plus, I know a lot of people out there are talking about whether the battery's better in those phones than this phone, and the reason why Samsung decided to have a battery that was in between both phones was because of the issues with the Galaxy Note 7. And I think it's obvious in one of the situations with this phone, if you're multitasking, I'm talking about truly multitasking, open up two applications at the same time simultaneously, and then you're using all that processing power, you have to think about whether the battery can handle all that. So with the battery in between the S8 and S8 Plus, Samsung chose to not have as good of a battery as the S8 Plus. With the S8 Plus, that is a phone that Samsung could call their flagship phone. And if you talk about the Galaxy Note 8, one of the reasons that Samsung didn't want to even move the sensor in the back of the phone was probably because they couldn't figure it out quick enough. So this was all about announcing this phone before the iPhone, obviously. And in comparison, I have to say this is still the phone of the year for various reasons, as I was talking about before. First of all, with the Infinity display, you are getting a larger display compared to the S8 Plus. So I think that's an advantage for this phone, especially if you're interested in the phablet. But based on a typical phablet, phones before this one, I would have to say that it's more narrow, and this resembles also the Galaxy S8 Plus. So then you're asking yourself, why would I even buy this phone compared to the S8 Plus? I would say for the S Pen, with a larger display, of course you got 6 gigabytes of RAM, which means that you're going to have a lot more capabilities with this phone compared to the S8 Plus. It is a great phone, and it's going to be less than $1,000. So I think with all of that put together, you're getting a fantastic experience with the Galaxy Note 8. And as you see here, this is the S Pen that everyone talks about, and I have to say it's a unique experience. So if you need another reason why you want to purchase the Galaxy Note 8 rather than the S8 Plus, it's because you get the S Pen with this phone, and it is a different experience when you can actually write on your phone. There's a lot of people out there that draw with their phone. Now, as far as the best phone out of all the phones, even with that Essential phone, which I thought looked fantastic, if we compare all the phones and the experiences, we have to see what Google manufactures with the Pixel phones and even Apple with the iPhone. But I really think that Samsung is leading the industry. I'm not saying necessarily that everyone's going to be a fan of a phablet from Samsung with the Galaxy Note 8, because that's not the situation. A lot of people are going to purchase the Pixel phones. I'm interested to see what Google develops with the Pixel phones. And of course, with the iPhone, there's a lot of Apple fans there that want to see what Apple's manufacturing. So we have to compare all the phones when each company manufactures the phone, but I have to say, the display on the Galaxy Note 8 is that much more impressive than any other phone available right now, and there are other companies out there are going to be manufacturing their phones similar to this Galaxy Note 8. Now, for the reasons why people would have issues with this phone is because they were fans of the Galaxy Note 7, they wanted Samsung to figure out all the issues with the phone and not have anything else that people could complain about. But as soon as Samsung announced this phone, people were complaining about the battery and also with the sensor in the back of the phone. Now think about it, with the sensor in the back of the phone where it's so close to the camera lens, it is a real challenge for people to differentiate that sensor with the camera lens itself. And that is an issue for people. And I think Samsung realizes this, but again, this was an issue for them where they couldn't figure it out quick enough. So I would have to say this. I think the Galaxy Note 8 is the phone of the year. It's the best phone out of all the phones available. I am saying that as a fan of a phablet and also a fan of Samsung. But if you compare this phone to other phones out there, even the Pixel phones and the iPhone, I think this is a real opportunity for Google and Apple to manufacture a phone that is just as great as this phone. But you also have to consider that Samsung is leading the industry. I think with all these features to the phone and more, you're getting a great experience from Samsung. But I'd like to know what you guys think about all of this. Post your comments down below. Let me know what you think about the Galaxy Note 8. And of course, if you like this video, give a thumbs up. I will see you guys next video. Peace out.